Good morning, everybody. Connection is stable, and all the followers, all the audience, unable to connect to chat. Please try again later. That is super weird. Can you comment on it?
Oh, I did.
No, thank you.
It's okay. I can see it on my phone.
Okay, so good. 2 viewers. Oh my God, who's hiding there?
One is me.
I know, I understood that, but who else is there? Anywho, welcome to this Saturday's beautiful YouTube class, guys. In our living room, as always, or on the terrace. But we're coming to you live with a beautiful little workout, which is 400 meters run, 50 V-ups, 400 meter run, 200 air squats, 400 meter run, 50 V-ups, 400 meter run. I hope I didn't miss anything. Check out the description of the video below. It will have the whole thing. Now, we do not have a 400 meter track inside our living room.
Yet.
We have 2 entrances to the balcony, so we could actually run in circles, but we decided not to. It doesn't seem very fun or entertaining to watch. And it's also extremely windy outside, so we'll stay inside. If you also do not have a 400 meter track inside your apartment, garden, or wherever you are, I'm going to give you a few options to modify the movement. If you do have a 400 meter running track at home or nearby you, then stop this video, go and get out and do the workout. So instead of the 400 meter run, you could substitute that with 120 jumping jacks, 90 seconds of high knee running, 100 double unders, or the version we are going to do is going to be 25 burpees for each run that has to be performed. So it's going to be 4 times 25 burpees for us. We are kind of perverts in that sense. We are huge fans of burpees with Sabrina, so we just took the one that we liked the most. Freedom of scaling and cherry picking. I go to class, so I do what I want. Anywho, so we've got 120 jumping jacks, or 90 seconds of high knee running, or 100 double unders, or 25 burpees for each 400 meter run in this workout. Pick your favorite or pick the one that you can perform wherever you are right now. We're gonna warm up with a quick little Tabata. We're gonna warm up with a quick little Tabata. Then we're gonna go through a little preparation for the V-ups. We'll look into the burpees as well. We'll take it apart a little bit, try to move slightly more efficiently because we're going to perform 100 repetitions of that, and then we'll get cracking. Our workout today, at least from our side, is going to have a 20-minute time cap, just to stay time conscious and try to fit into that 60-minute window in this class. But if you're not finished by the 20 minutes, please feel free to just keep going after we're also done. We're going to wait until the 20-minute mark, even if we happen to finish a little bit earlier than that. And that's about it. Let's get started. Would you mind setting up this up for Tabata? Beautiful. In our Tabata, we are going to do 2 rounds of 4 movements, starting with high knee running, then hollow hold, then we've got reverse lunges, and we've got burpees in round number 4 and we'll repeat the whole cycle one more time.
I didn't pay attention now. What do we do?
Nice.
But we do one Tabata. So 4
Yes.
minutes. Okay.
Okay, guys, so set up on your yoga mat. I'll call out the time. We'll start with high knees in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. We'll get down on the ground into a hollow hold for the next one. 3, 2, 1, hold. Two, one, rest. We'll get back up for reverse lunges in the next set. 3, 2, 1, go. Two, one, rest. We've got one set of 20-second burpees. 3, 2, 1, go. One, and rest. We'll repeat the whole cycle one more time, starting with the high knee raises. 3, 2, 1, go. Three, 2, 1, stop. Hollow hold. 3, 2, 1, hold. Three, 2, 1, relax. Lunges in the next round.
Stop.
Two, 1, rest. We've got the last 20 seconds. Fill it up with burpees.
Stop.
1, finished. Well done, guys. Catch your breath, guys. Have a sip of water if you want to. For some reason, my laptop still cannot connect to the chat, but Sabrina is checking it out on her phone. She's watching the live feed, so if you have any questions, let us know. We'll see it. We'll answer it. Give us a shout if you're here, you're watching this live.
phobias by now.
4? No, just 3.
I have 4, not 1.
Really? You're one of them.
Funny.
Okay. All right, team. So we're gonna go ahead and continue with just sitting down on the ground, doing a few leg raises. I think this is a great exercise to warm up for toes to bars as well as burpees. I'm gonna sneeze.
That's it.
All right, guys, please go ahead and put your hands next to your knees. These are your knees, by the way. This is not next to your knees. So what I want you to do is to make sure that you bring the shoulders in front of the hips, like this. And we'll try to lift the left leg 10 times. And we'll try to lift the right leg 10 times. Good, take a little rest. If you find this really difficult, you could scale it by using a chair. That is going to look like this. Let's just put this way. You're still leaning forward, so with your shoulder in front of your hip, and you lift this leg 10 times. So let's go again. Left leg 10 times, right leg 10 times. Bless you. We're going to do one last set, 10 repetitions each side. Basically what you're trying to feel here is your lower abs down here deep in around your hips. Often in the beginning you feel your quads working. That's not ideal. In that case, go ahead and try it on the chair. You're trying to use the lower abs, use the psoas here a little bit. So if you feel something else, go ahead and try it on the chair and scale it a little bit. So hands next to your knees. We'll do 10 raises. Use your hands to push in the ground to create a little bit more tension. Try to lift your legs higher and higher and higher. Beautiful. So what we'll do now, we'll do a few tuck-ups, and then we'll try to switch to our V-ups to prepare for today's workout. So for our tuck-up, we want to start from a hollow position, hands up behind you. You will come up, hug one knee into your chest. The other leg stays in a hollow position. So I'm going to start from here. Come up, hug this in. The other leg stays in the front. Come back, switch to the other side. This one stays up on the ground, still creating that nice little tight core in the bottom. Back, up, and back. We'll do 5 on each leg. Nice and controlled. You're continuously trying to stay in a hollow position with your upper body, not arching at the back at all. Wonderful. We'll head into our regular tuck up, I guess. So 2 knees at the same time. I still want you to start from a hollow position. Pull the knees into your chest. Hold it for half a second to a second to create a nice tight top position. And then bring it back into a hollow position. Try to keep your heels off the ground at this point. So here we go. Hollow position. Pull. Very good stuff. So you will get the most benefits of these exercises like tuck up, the V-up, if you manage to stay in that hollow position throughout the whole exercise. It is gonna work your core muscles, not so much the abs. I know it's a shame, but you will actually get a very nice and strong lower abs, obliques that will carry over to all the other movements. Or you can just go for the abs, burn the abs, and look good on the beach. Both are fine. Both are fine, actually. Totally fine. So we're going to go ahead and do the same kind of progression for our re-ups, starting with one leg at a time. We'll do 10 repetitions, 5 each side, and then we'll try to do 10 with both legs. So 2 hands towards the left, 2 hands towards the right leg. Try to keep your knees as straight as possible. And really what I want you to think about in that V-up is pulling that knee as close to your chest as possible, not just reaching the leg. Okay?
Question, the other leg stays on the ground or is up?
The other leg is in a hollow position. Okay, so I'm going to turn a little bit to try and show hollow position. Oh. Just like that. Okay, 5 each side. Beautiful. We'll take a short moment to rest. Again, if you're going to do V-ups, try to keep your knees straight. Try to work on getting the knees close to your chest, reaching towards the feet, but it's not about just touching your feet. It's more about creating that contraction down in lower abs to bring the knees close to you. We're going to go ahead and try to do 10 V-ups in our warm-up with both legs at the same time, and then we'll talk about how to scale it for the workout. Sweet. So that's going to be our full V-up, leg straight, trying to reach for the feet, but more importantly, trying to close the gap between your knees and your chest. So we'll do 2 sets of 50 repetitions of V-ups or tuck-ups, which in combination with 100 burpees does not sound like a good idea at all, but it doesn't matter. So for you, if you want to scale this, choose any of the options we just did here. Single leg tuck-ups, regular tuck-ups, single leg V-ups, regular V-ups. I highly recommend that you choose an option that you can do at least 10 repetitions of in a set without a problem. If you're struggling with 10 V-ups right now, regular V-ups, then don't go for V-ups because those 100 total repetitions, 2 times 50, are just going to get really, really, really difficult. Or the form is going to fall apart, and then it's not really worth to do that exercise, right? So try to pick one where 10 repetitions is not a problem for you at this point. Beautiful. Now, how does this carry over into our burpee? Coming up from the bottom of the burpee, we basically almost do a V-up, which we'll try just now. We're going to do 10 of our kickbacks. In a kickback, you set up with your feet and hands on the ground. We're going to jump back into a push-up position. We don't go all the way down and then jump forward. I'm going to turn a little bit just to show. So standing in the front of your yoga mat, I'm going to jump back, jump forward, jump back, jump forward. And if you have a good V-up, you will be able to pull your legs closer to your hands. If you still need to work on that, you'll probably end up jumping a little bit further away from your hands, but that's not a problem. We'll just do 10 repetitions of this. Grab a sip of water if you want to, now that we're standing. So, progress into our no push-up burpee from here, which is going to be our kickback, but we're just gonna stand up in the end, do a little jump. So it's gonna look like this. Hands on the ground, jump back, jump forward, jump up. We're gonna go ahead and do 5 of those. And if you're not gonna choose the burpees as your skating option for the 400-meter run, I still want you to do this. It's gonna be great practice for you. And then you can opt in to for your jumping jacks or high knees or double unders or 400-meter run. So here we go, 5 no push-up burpees. What we're trying to enforce here is to try and jump closer to your hands, which in turn is gonna result in me being able to jump upwards at the end of the burpee and not forward. If I end up too far from my legs, if I wanted to jump, I would most likely jump forward after this. So if I can try to work on jumping closer, even with the legs bent a little more, you can jump up. So don't worry about bending your knee slightly when you jump forward. It's gonna allow you to be a little bit more efficient on the way up into the jump. So we're now gonna go ahead, lie down on the ground. What I'd like you to do is gonna be 10 sort of kind of push-ups, but not really. So just arm extensions with your hip staying on the ground. Just pushing the chest away. Beautiful. Relax a little bit. We want to do 5 more, but this time try to squeeze your butt. We're trying to get into an arched position, which you know probably from the classes when we practice gymnastics. So squeeze the butt, arch, and back 5 times. Wonderful. So here comes the tricky part in our burpee. As I push myself up into that arch position, I'm gonna try to pop the hips high and jump with my feet as close to the hands as possible, and then come back down. This is where we're going to link our no push-up burpee to coming up from the ground. Looks like this. Up and arch, pop forward, come back down. Up, arch, jump forward, and down. Before you jump, I recommend that you curl your toes under. You can give yourself a little bit more momentum that way. So we'll do this 5 times. Up and arch, jump, and back. Stand up. We'll finish it off with a few burpees with a few full burpees, but at a really nice and slow pace, trying to pay attention to moving efficiently. This is probably the most important progression that I can teach you guys. To hate burpees a little bit less, start enjoying one of the most functional movements that we can ever teach you. Very underappreciated, in my opinion, but it's okay. So we'll go step by step, hand on the ground, jump back, lie down as quick as you can. We'll push the chest up, arch, jump forward, stand and jump. So we'll do 5 super slow burpees. From standing, hands on the ground, jump back and lie down. Chest up, pop the hips, and a little jump in the end. Hands on the ground, jump back and lie down. Chest up and top. Little jump. Beautiful. Hands down, jump back and lie down. Chest up and forward. Hands down, lie down. Chest up and jump. Last one. Hands down, jump back. Chest up, forward, and up. Beautiful. So with that, we've got our burpees sorted out. If you choose for this option, if you go for this option instead of the running, I know, right? Running versus burpees. Tricky question. But if you choose this option, try to move efficiently. You don't need to go super fast on these burpees, but try to keep moving. Don't take too many breaks between the burpees. I would rather recommend you to slow down each repetition than going fast, stop, go fast, stop again. So we've got our V-ups or tuck-ups sorted out. We've got our burpees sorted out. We're going to do a few slow air squats to warm up the legs, and we'll go ahead and hit this workout. For those slow air squats, I'm gonna align my stuff here. For those slow air squats, I want you to stand on your mat. We're gonna step out into our squat stance, which is about shoulder width apart. If you want, go ahead and turn your toes out a tiny little bit, but not too much. And before we start, I want you to grab the ground with your toes. Try to push the big toe in the ground as hard as you can. And we're gonna go ahead and squat down in 5 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stand. We'll do this 4 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stand. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stand. I'm just gonna turn for a second. So you can see that I will move my hips back. First, I'm trying to not squat straight down. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Step. 1 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And up. Lovely. So I want you to try and have a strategy for your 200 air squats. A strategy could also be to just go Juji Farkash, try it unbroken, see what happens. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Your strategy could be to do 20, stop a little bit, shake off your legs, do 50, shake off the legs. If you're a fan of decreasing rep scheme, you can come up with a bigger set to start and then go less and less and less between your resting time. Or you can go for just slowly moving through each repetition and trying to not take too much rest. Whatever you choose, probably by now, hopefully you know yourself, especially if you've been following the at-home workouts and the YouTube classes we've been doing about 100,000 million air squats in the past few months. So hopefully by now you know what works for you, what's a number that's still comfortable. It's a very long set, so whatever you do, instead of the running, or even if you're running, I think the air squats can be potentially a nice and repetitive movement where you can organize your breath a little bit, where you can catch your breath and just try to move through it in a most efficient way at a constant pace. And that pretty much goes out for most of this workout, maybe with the exception of the V-ups and tuck-ups. Your goal is going to be to try to breathe and move at a comfortable, decent pace for most of the workout. Try to not go too fast on the first set of running, jumping jacks, high knees, burpees, whatever you do, and then slow down majorly. This is going to be, in my opinion, a little bit less than 20 minutes, but roughly 20-minute workout, maybe even more for a lot of you. So I want you to find a pace that you can settle into. Try to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth for as long as you can. It will really allow you to keep going for longer. Boom. Questions? Last chance.
I only see my own comments so far, so.
No one wants to comment, but that's okay. I can live with that. So, grab yourself a sip of water, guys. Set up your music. We'll get started in a few seconds.
Shall we open the door a little bit? Or are you saying it's going to be too late?
I think it might be a little too noisy.
Yeah, then we don't.
Stopwatch. 20-minute time cap. Wonderful. We'll set up our stopwatch over here so you guys can also see it and check your time. Cool beans. We'll put just enough music for us that YouTube doesn't mute this video, but we can hear it a little bit.
And not just Levy's breathing and crawling.
I'll get myself a tissue. Got my tissue, got my water. Hopefully you had your bathroom break. We are going to get started. Ready?
Yes.
Let's do it. 10 seconds.
Three, two, one, go.